Bunny here, and we are back with part 2 of our Acorn fairy houses from Joanna's Basford's World of Flowers. And we had left off on this little house right here. So I'm going to get my dark brown. Well, no, let's get I believe I was using poppy red. So let's get poppy red. We're going to put in our highlight right here. And now we're going to take our dark brown, and I need to sharpen. Okay. So what has been going on with you all? Nothing much with me. Just been working and excuse me, coloring. I think I'm gonna have a new series for you all to do, called it's going to be a budget-friendly series where we're going to use our budget-friendly crazy art in Crayola, colored pencils, and I'm just going to do a page with them and show you how I blend, how I make them work. The key really to budget-friendly pencils is patience. It's going to take you longer to finish the page, and that's really the key. Patience. You're not going to finish it as fast as you would with the Prismas because they're harder. That's just the fact of the matter. So now we're going to take the Sienna Brown. Just like that. Now what you could do is in the areas where there's no highlight, you can use medium pressure if you want. But where you have the poppy red, you want to do light pressure because you don't really want to darken up that color to the point where it doesn't show. You really just want to blend it. So I don't know what pages I'm going to do with the budget-friendly pencils. I'm still working that out, but I will continue to use my budget-friendly pencils. I just wanted to do a series because I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, Tracy. I think it's Tracy Cornwell or Cornwall. I'm not sure. But she, said that she couldn't get her budget pencils to blend or work the way she would like them to. So I'm going to see if I can help out in that aspect. Maybe someone else is having that issue too, and we'll see what we can get done and if those tips help. So I'm back to my poppy red. So I've been watching TV, watching YouTube, and I had no idea there was a series, mini-series, docu-series, whatever you want to call it, of R. Kelly, called Surviving R. Kelly. Now, I knew about the Aaliyah situation, heard about it back in the day, about the marriage and all of that. And, you know, and I hadn't really heard anything else about any underage craziness going on until the tape comes out, right? Which the infamous tape. And that comes out, and then now they have the docu-series, and all of these women are coming out saying they were whatever age, underage when they were met him and was messing around with him. So let me tell you. Okay, so I've never met R. Kelly. Okay, so this isn't a I'm gonna tell you my side, blah blah blah. Never met R. Kelly. Was a fan of his. Went to his concert, and I can't remember who all was at this concert, but I remember I had got a souvenir, and it had a picture of Warren G and Heavy D and the Boys and someone else, and then R. Kelly. Well, everybody else had normal pictures, and then I will say that R. Kelly's picture, and I wish I had kept it so that I could show you all. I tried to look for it and online, and I couldn't find it. But anyway, his picture is him in his underwear with a towel. So, you know, you can take that for what it's worth. And I'm not going to speak much on the R. Kelly situation so much as I want to speak on some people who are commenting on the R. Kelly situation. People who say, well, I'm going to keep on listening to his music. Or those fast ass little girls anyway, they know how old he is, and they're going after him. This, that, and the third, right? Okay. Even I watched the little docu-series, and his brother's like, oh, we all have tastes and preferences, and my brother likes he said his brother likes younger women. Well, okay, there's nothing wrong with liking a younger woman, but 16, 15, 14 is not a younger woman. Those are teenagers, underage teenagers. Okay, so let's be clear about that. That's not a young woman, that's a child. She is still someone's responsibility. She can't move out on her own. She can't, without an emancipation, going through steps. You understand? So that bothered me. But anyway, you have some of his fans saying, "Oh well, these girls are fast ass and they know what they're doing." Blah blah blah. Okay, that is true. Some of them probably do. Some of them probably targeted him and went out of their way to get his attention. Coming from where I grew up, I definitely know how that is. Okay. However, he's the adult in the situation, and as the adult, it's on him to control himself. It is on him to be the adult and say, hey, little girl, not today, That's his responsibility. And we really need to stress that. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Like, I don't care what these little girls say, what they do. He's the adult. And the responsibility falls on him to act as the adult in the situation. So that's really my issue I have with people who are defending R. Kelly, is that they're blaming these young girls and calling them names. But most young girls, not most, let me take that back because I don't know the stats, but some young girls, especially when you get to that teenage age, you want to be seen as an adult. That's your whole thing. I'm older. I know what I want to do. It's my life. Why are you judging me? I'm older. Blah, blah. We heard that. Some of us have said that. Because you're older, you're trying to find yourself. You want to be treated as an adult. You don't want your parents looking at you as a little kid anymore. Okay, that's what being a teenager is. That's what being a teenager is about. You want an independence. You want to see yourself as an adult. So when an adult is going to look at you as an adult, you're like, oh, okay, he gets it. Okay, he sees me as an adult, blah, blah, blah. But she's a kid, and he knows that. He knows what he's doing. And not just him, just anyone who takes advantage of a teenager knows what they're doing, you know? So, yeah, that's my issue with that situation and the people who try to shame these young girls. They're kids. No matter what you want to say, at the end of the day, they're kids. And on a whole nother note, I'll go as far, and then this is going to make some people upset. Sorry. But just because you're 18, you're an adult legally. Some places it's 19, but let's just say blanketed 18. You're an adult legally. However, you're really not an adult. There's not much difference between 17 and 18. There's not much difference between 17, 18, and 19. And I will venture to say that a lot of older people, myself included, will tell you, and this is when some people are going to get a little upset, you're not even an adult at 21. You really don't become an adult until you hit about 25. And the reason I say that, this is why when people hit 30, they get a little depressed. The reasons why is because they realize they're actually an adult. There's a difference in your mindset. There's a difference in your reality. So, to me, the key to being an adult is when you begin to realize time. Okay? You can have horrible life experience at 8, 10, 15. You can have kids as a teenager. You really still don't understand time. You didn't have a kid as a teenager, or something, worse, as a teenager, and really don't understand consequence, which goes into time, because you're young, and a part of you has a young person mentality. You don't understand life yet. You don't understand mortality yet. You don't understand how precious time is. The reality check of consequences until you hit about 25. Definitely when you hit 30. That's when it starts hitting home like, okay, I pretty much only have a set number of years of life to get done what I really want to get done. Even if, and I might not even know what it is I want to get done. So it is 18 is a number because at some point you have to push that process along. And so people agreed on 18, right? Society agreed on 18 because you can't stay in the house forever till you're 25, and then because now you're delaying the process. So you have to begin the process, and the process begins at 18. But you really don't understand what it is to be an adult. And I'm generalizing, but for the most part, you don't really understand until you hit about 25. And it hits home how long life can be, but how short it can be. What consequences can do and how long they can last, which all goes into time. The concept of time. So people say, oh, well, these kids know this and they know that, but they don't. What I knew at 18, I thought I definitely knew that, but I really didn't know until 21, which really didn't really hit home till I was 25. Like, you don't, each phase of life, you realize that you really didn't know much because you have time. Life experience makes you an adult. Going through some things or seeing other people go through things and understanding how to comprehend what happened is all about what it is to be an adult. So I know there's people out there who's probably saying I'm 23 and I have 2 kids and I'm an adult. And you are, and you raising kids. But I guarantee you, when you hit 30, you're going to realize that you really didn't know what you thought you knew. Because you didn't have the time. You did, and I try to tell people whenever I can, younger people, delay that. Health wise, body wise, the body is made to, have these kids at a younger age because you have the energy. However, that mental status is so important. And I would say that you should live your life and have fun while you're young because you only have a limited time, especially with kids, when teenagers, because you only get one time. You have your whole life to be an adult, but you only get one time to be a kid. So enjoy it. Don't be in a rush, because you can't go back. Which again, what was my motto at the beginning of this time? You learn all this with time.